Hi, I'm Stu from Hive Mind Automation, and this is Whiskey, and welcome to the Hive. In this episode of Spoiling the Cat with Smart Home Gadgets, we'll be taking a look at Whiskey's new PetKit Pura Max automated self-clean cat litter box. That's a bit of a mouthful. We'll talk a little bit about the features, we'll get it out of the box, and we'll set it up with the native app. Now, because of how long the run times of my videos have been getting in a separate video, I'm going to take a look at integrating the litter box into Home Assistant. So while I roll the intro, why don't you take a moment to subscribe, and if you hit the bell icon, you'll get notified when I release new videos each week. While you're at it, if you like what I do here and you want to help to support the channel, there's some affiliate links to smart home gadgets that you can buy for your own smart home and support the channel at the same time, or you can support the channel directly through my Buy Me a Coffee link. Of course, those affiliate links and my Buy Me a Coffee link can also be found on my website, hivemindautomation.com.au. With all of that out of the way, let's get started. In the ADHD episode, I talked a little bit about low dopamine tasks and being able to automate them where possible. Possibly my least favorite thing about cat guardianship is scooping the cat litter. It smells, it needs to be done regularly, and some cats can be particularly fussy and need their litter scooped after every time they use it. With the current trend of employers sending employees back to the office, my partner and I are often in the office on the same days, leaving the litter unscooped all day. When we get home, the last thing on our mind is scooping the cat litter, making it easy to forget, and that's not great for Whiskey's health. So enter the PetKit Pura Max automated self-clean cat litter box. At $699 at the moment, marked down from $789, it's not exactly cheap, but it should pay you back over time with the time and effort savings, and hopefully also a happier, healthier cat. We chose this specific one because it is a little bit lower to the ground than some of the others that we've seen, which need a step for the cat to get up and into the chamber where the litter box is. There's also a couple of PetKit custom components that people have created for Home Assistant as well. Now, the seemingly high price is because there's a lot of features. Obviously, as the name suggests, it's self-cleaning, meaning no more manual scooping of stinky cat litter. And with app connectivity, you can control it remotely, anytime, anywhere. There's also an array of sensors built in to enable auto cleaning after the litter box has been used, so that your cat's litter will always be clean. It scoops the litter and drops the waste into a bagged drawer at the bottom that you only ever have to empty when it gets full. Videos on their website claim that in a single cat household, you can get up to 15 days before you need to change the bag, but personally, I don't think I would want to leave it for that long. That said, the waste drawer is sealed, so it should be doing a pretty decent job of containing the unpleasant odors to prevent your house from smelling like ammonia and cat farts. To help handle some other unpleasant odors, included is an automatic aerosol sprayer attachment that can go inside the drum to spray a deodorizer when it detects motion with this little motion sensor at the bottom there. Something that does seem a little odd here though is that this deodorizer uses 4 AA batteries, which to me feels a bit like a missed opportunity to maybe have had something integrated into the main unit and powered from the main unit. All of that said, some of the online independent reviews that we found did report that with the deodorizer in place, some owners noticed it causing some respiratory issues with their cats. So we might not be putting this inside the drum where it'll concentrate the spray. We might put it somewhere else, maybe outside the litter tray. Now, another great thing with the PetKit Pura Max is that if you are a multi-cat household, it can identify each cat because it has a scale built in to weigh the cat as they're using the litter box. This also provides you with the added benefit of being able to be more aware of your cat's weight and overall health on a more consistent basis. There's also a motion sensor just outside the opening of the litter box that detects when your cat is approaching the litter box so that it pauses cleaning if one of your cats or your cat approaches in the middle of a cleaning cycle. With the PetKit app on your phone and the litter box connected to your home Wi-Fi, it will send you push notification alerts when your cats use the litter box. And that information includes how much time your cat was in the litter box and how much your cat weighs. And then the app stores that data about your cat's litter usage over time so that you can then also make some inferences about their health. For example, if they're going in quite frequently for very short periods of time, or maybe if their average time in the litter box is getting longer, that might help you to figure out whether maybe it's time for Kitty to go visit the vet. I will say that this feature would have been really helpful with our last cat who had some kidney issues, and she would get sick with urinary infections semi-frequently. And to be able to get the data early and often about her bathroom usage without needing to keep a manual toilet diary for her would have been very, very helpful so that we would know early and be able to get onto treatment of her issues sooner. However, something to bear in mind with this is that because it's an automatically scooped litter tray, you might not notice some blood or other problems as quickly. But again, if you're getting the data where your cat might be going frequently for very short periods, that's probably a signal to check the waste drawer for signs of problems. Now, we've had the PetKit Pura Max for a few days already, and we were so excited to get it set up when it first arrived on Wednesday that I filmed the unboxing and setup on the same day that it arrived. So let's take a look at how that went. So we've got the PetKit Pura Max self-cleaning cat litter box here, and just wanted to get an idea of the size. So it is, the box itself is 63 centimeters tall, 56 centimeters deep, and 65 centimeters wide. Now on the side of the box here, we've got 620 by 538 by 552 millimeters. It's a pretty big box. I'll cut the strapping off the top here and then cut the tape. Okay, so in the top of the box we've got a honeycomb filter exclusive for clay litter and a how to use PetKit cat litter remover. This is, the cat litter remover is only used when the cat litter inside needs to be emptied. So please remove it in time after use, otherwise the cat litter will be cleaned into waste collection bin, causing waste. So there is a way to automatically completely refresh the litter there. Down one side here, we have a litter tray mat by the looks of things. So that's actually really cool. It's a split mat where it opens up kind of like a pillowcase. So any litter that the cat drops into this honeycomb structure there, you can then open up this and empty it out into the bin. And I don't think there's anything over there. I think I can just grab this and lift that up. Move this box out of the way. And we've got the litter tray itself, or the litter box itself. So we'll undo this plastic wrap. So we've got all of this kind of travel tape to keep everything in place while it's in transit. So we can take off all of this yellow tape.
So looking around the outside of the box, obviously we've got the front, which is the entry point for the cat. This, looking at it, it looks like this drum just completely rotates around to scoop the litter. We've got some controls here and a little LCD. There's this little thing here, which is an opener, and we've got the waste bin here. And there's a couple of different things in here. So there's some more packing inside there. I think we can take this orange cap off here. Yeah, we can. And we've got an instruction manual. We've got some air purifier smart spray. That's quite nice. And some litter tray bags, trash bags specifically designed for use with the PetKit Pura X. And I'm not sure what this little box is. It's the power adapter, of course it's the power adapter. So we can drop that in there. So there's this little rubber flap here. I'm not sure what that's about. So that little rubber flap there apparently can hold an air purifier thing as well, and it's kind of stamped on the silicon deodorization system. It's very hard to read, but we can slot the waste drawer back in there. I'll just grab these out of the way. Not a whole lot else to see around the unit itself. On this side there's a couple of hex screws, and in the back corner here we've got the power port, which is just a standard DC jack. And on this end here we've got some more of this transit tape and a little locking ring, which I think means that we can unlock the drum and remove it from the unit here. But we'll put that back on. It's got a wheel hub that self-levels. And the last thing to mention here is on the top, there is a QR code for setup and a QR code for clean and some quick start instructions there. And we need to make sure that we lock the waste tray in place. So something to mention with the Smart Spray air purifier there is that it does sit inside the chamber of the litter tray and the sprays inside there. So that's a quick unboxing and look at the outside of the PetKit Pura Max automatic smart litter box. So now let's actually put it in the cat's room and get it set up. Alrighty, so we have the litter box here. I've got the power adapter. Something I didn't mention with the power adapter before, it does have this nice kind of braided material as the cord cover, so that's kind of nice. And it is a 12 volt, 2 amp, 24 watt power adapter there. And it works on 100 or 240 volts. And it's got a little clip to exchange the connector into the power outlet. So very easy to change for in an overseas location, which is nice. So I will plug the power into the back corner here. And I'll plug the power adapter into power. I've just got an extension lead here. Okay, so it's powered on, and on the front screen we've got 0 toilet times, and there's a little, looks like a little pile of poop or something there next to the number, and there's a flashing Wi-Fi logo on there as well. So what I should be able to do here, so in the iPhone App Store I've just searched for PetKit, and I'm just going to tap get on that, and it's going to ask me to authenticate. We'll download that app, and we've got a cat who is curious about her new litter tray, but there's no litter in there just yet, so you just need to be a little bit patient there, Whiskey. So that's finished downloading. We'll open up the PetKit app, and it's asking me for permissions to Bluetooth. I'll tap OK there. And it's asking for permission to send notifications, and I'll allow that. And we've got a privacy policy here. So a new privacy policy came into effect on the 21st of April. We'll read through that and we'll tap confirm. Now we need to select our country or region. We're not in the United States, we are in Australia. So we'll do that and tap done, tap continue. And now we're going to need to register an account. So I'll just do this quickly off camera and we'll register that. So we're now inside the app. We've got My Family. We can click here to manage the families. We can tap next. We've got a feeding calculator, a reminder, walk a pet, and a weight there. And we'll tap next. And we can long press the device card to sort. So we'll tap done there. So we've got a demo instance here in front of us. To add the litter box into the app, I'm going to tap the plus button in the top right hand corner. It's searching using Bluetooth and it's found the Pura Max, and I'll tap that. And now we need to set up the Wi-Fi configuration, and it has a note at the top that says it only supports the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. So I'm making use of the HiveMind IoT wireless network, and I need to enter the password for that network in here. So I'll do that now, and we'll tap go, and it's now connecting with the device. Succeeded in connecting to the device, and on the screen here it says connecting, and we just got a couple of beeps out of it. The device is connecting to the internet, and configuration succeeded. Now let's go. So we'll tap next, and we'll give the device a name. So select the cat litter type. Different cat litter will affect the device's cleaning method. We use a tofu cat litter, but you can choose bentonite clay or a mixed cat litter. If you are using the bentonite clay, you do need to change the mesh that's in the back of the drum though. So I will tap next. Things you need to know about cat identification. The device will identify the cats inside the family, and please make sure that the family settings of your devices and cats are correct. The device identifies cats according to their weight, so please update the pet's weight in time to improve the success rate. The cat litter box does not support the identification of dogs. Okay, so we need to add a pet here, and we can choose the breed of cat. Now, our cat is mostly a Moggy, but we think she might be a bit Russian blue. So I'm just going to do that. And then we can select our pet gender. So we can either choose a gentleman or a lady, or a neutered gentleman or a neutered lady. We're going for a neutered lady, and the username is going to be Whiskey, and we can get your pet a new profile picture as well. I'll leave that for now. We'll just tap done and we'll tap next. The pet age here. So Whiskey's birthday is the 15th of June 2020. So we're going to put that in there and we'll tap next. Now we need to select the pet's weight. Russian Blue's normal weight range is between 3 and 5.5 kilos. I think she's somewhere around 4.3. We can obviously fix that later. So we'll tap done, and we've got save completed. So we've now got Whiskey is listed in there at 4.3 kilos. So we'll tap next. It's asking, do we have a kitten at home? Because the PetKit Pura Max is only suitable for cats over 6 months old and weighing between 3.3 and 22 pounds. We don't have a kitten at home, so we'll tap no on there and we'll tap start using. So we now have Whiskey's private chamber in there, and I'm going to remove the virtual experiences for these demonstration devices here as well. So we'll close those off, and we've just got Whiskey's private chamber there. So what we can do is we can now drill into Whiskey's private chamber, and it says click the consumables tab to view usage and suggestions. We can tap next. So we've got clean now, maintenance mode, dump cat litter, and smart settings, and we can tap done on there. So odor eliminator has 0 days there, and the waste container is normal, and the Pura Air smart spray is currently not bound. So we can see today's toileting statistics, and we just got a network error for some reason and it came back pretty quickly. Today's average duration compared to the same period of yesterday, and we can actually see a chart of our cats using the bathroom and how much time they spent there, and working records there as well. So if I tap clean now, we'll go confirm to start cleaning, and we should see the drum rotate, and you can see the drum rotating there. It thinks that the cat is currently using the litter box, and it's paused the device because I put my hand on the machine. The cat is approaching, operation paused. It does seem to take a little while for the app to update. There we go. So it now knows that there's no cat in there, and it is completing the cleaning cycle. So all it's doing is it's tipping the tray back so that all of the clumping litter falls to the top of the drum, and then it'll tip the drum back forward again. And there's a little chute inside the drum, and I'll see if I can get pictures of that, that then guides the waste down into the drawer over on the right hand side here. And the cat just sniffed the sensor, so it's pausing. And we've got an error message there saying your cat is approaching, operation paused. So she's out of the way enough for it to continue now. So you'll note that it tips a fair bit more further forward. So it looks like it does maybe more than one, I know. So it just kind of rocks back and forth to level the litter when it comes back. What do you think, Whiskey Cat? Is that interesting? So what I think we should do is now install the waste bag. So we'll just put the litter tray bag in there, and I will clip the top on. I don't have the odor eliminator, but that's okay. Make sure I get this the right way around, and we can clip that on and then pop that back in there, and make sure we flick closed that there. So I was just leaning on it, and I noticed that this display changed, and it said 2.6 kilograms. So it thought that I was a different cat. So that's kind of cool. It actually weighs your cat when it's in there. So we've got litter bags in there now. The next thing to do is to add some litter. So if I tap maintenance mode, what's in there? So you can clean the device, waste container, and add cat litter. So clean the device, clean the waste container. And what that seems to do is it kind of moves the drum to a specific point. What you should pay attention to in maintenance mode: stops all the work on the device, including cleaning and deodorizing. So you should generally only enable the mode when you're near the device. After maintenance, the device will level the cat litter to prevent waste of cat litter, and it says to please add the proper amount of cat litter, and there's actually a marking on the fabric base inside there that shows the maximum level. In maintenance mode, you can perform routine maintenance such as cleaning the device and waste container and adding litter. After maintenance mode, please don't forget to click OK to exit this mode. If you forget to exit maintenance mode, the device will automatically exit this mode after 15 minutes. I'll enter maintenance mode. It says the cylinder is rotating, so it's bringing that up. And I guess I can now dump her old litter tray into her new litter box. Alright, so we've now got cat litter inside the drum there, and there's a little bit of kind of dust and mess around the outside. I might just grab a brush. I'm just going to brush that mess back into the chamber. It's in maintenance mode. It says ensure that your cat can use the device normally. The device will exit maintenance mode after 15 minutes and return to normal operation. I'm going to tap exit now, and it's going to now try and level the litter. So it's rolled the litter forward. It's actually looking pretty nice and level now. Okay, so it is now good to go. So it says the waste container is normal. We haven't installed the Pura Air Smart Spray because I'm a bit worried about that. The stuff that we've read about it potentially causing respiratory issues with cats, but we don't have the odor eliminator. I will see if I can get one of those in, and if I can, I will make sure to put an affiliate link to Amazon on there as well. It does show here that your pet has used the litter box at a weight of 2.6 kilograms, but obviously Whiskey does weigh a bit more than that, and she's now investigating the litter tray. Are you going to use it? I'm not going to record you while you're using the toilet though. No, you're just going to jump up on there. We did maintenance mode, we did clean now. There's dump cat litter, so you do need to install a shield that I showed you when we unboxed it. You do need to install that if you're dumping the cat litter. That bypasses everything and puts all of the litter into the dump tray. And there's this smart settings here. So we've got kitten mode, which automatic or periodic cleaning gets disabled after kitten mode is enabled. So if you do have a small kitten that's using the litter tray, you can still use this litter tray, but you have to turn off the automatic cleaning because otherwise you will potentially clean your kitten out of the litter tray, I guess. You've got automatic cleaning, so after the pet leaves, the device starts automatic cleaning, and there's a delay time here of 1 minute is the automatic setting, or you can change that to up to an hour, it seems. I think 1 minute's perfectly reasonable. Although Whiskey does like to dig for about an hour, so we'll see if we need to adjust that later. We've also got avoid repeated cleaning here. So we've got set based on cleaning interval or pet weight. So avoid repeating cleaning at the moment is enabled, and it says repeated cleaning may occur due to different toilet habits of cats. You can edit the following settings to avoid unnecessary cleaning. So the time interval of each cleaning is currently disabled, or disable auto cleaning for a light weight. So when the device detects that the pet's weight is less than the actual minimum weight, it won't start automatic cleaning. So we can, change that, or we can enable time interval of each cleaning. So we can maybe set that to clean at most once every hour, for example, there. And we've got periodic cleaning, so the device will initiate cleaning at a set time. So we could say the default settings here are 9:05, 1:05 and 6:05 every day. I might just leave that off for now because we've got automatic cleaning. You can turn on deep cleaning to clean twice consecutively each time, and that's interesting. And then there's extra operation. So after enabled, the cat litter will be easier wrapped during cleaning. I'm not sure what that means. And there's also a do not disturb at night. So you can turn on do not disturb so that it doesn't clean during the nighttime hours. So that is pretty much everything there, I think, in the settings. We've got our toilet chart here. We've got all the cats, or we can go just Whiskey there. So we'll just leave that at all the cats while we figure out to make sure that Whiskey is set to the right weight there. Last, in the top right hand corner, we've got some settings here. So we see we've got Whiskey's private chamber, and we can rename that if you like. We've got online, we've got the version, we've got the serial number and the MAC address of the device. There's some instructions and a tutorial. We've got super odor removal, deodorization settings, and an odor eliminator settings, and we've got a replacement guide in there. And it's basically an N50 cartridge that goes in. We've got some general settings for cat identification, so we can go in there and modify our details. Can change our litter type here. We can change our notification settings, so waste collection bin notification, usage record, cleaning record, purifying liquid notification, and odor eliminator notification. And we've got reminder settings. So we can put in a cylinder cleaning reminder. So clean the cylinder regularly can help maintain a fresh and clean toilet environment. And waste collection bin reminder. So clean the waste collection bin regularly to help prevent the breeding of bacteria and pests. So we've got continuous rotation is set to opened. So after it is enabled, when the cylinder rotates from the initial position, it will not stop, even when your pet approaches or enters, to avoid foreign bodies entering the bottom gap and reducing the possibility of urine leakage. That is all good. We can, we've got device sharing, so we can share that with other people, and we'll do that a bit later on. We've got child lock, so we can actually turn the buttons on the front of the device off. So it's got a child lock function, and we've got a screen display on and off. We can turn that on and off. And time of display screen on, we can do the whole day, or we can change that to something else. When we went to change that though, it says that the firmware version of the device is too low, and to ensure normal usage, to upgrade the firmware to the latest version first. I'll do that a bit later on because that can take some time. We can switch our weight unit from metric to pounds. We've got device language. We can change that. We can base that on the app language. We've got our Wi-Fi configuration. We don't need to do that, but we've got a change Wi-Fi button there. And there's the firmware update button there where we can update because we've got a new device version available. There's no other settings here in the app that we can really see here. So I'm going to run that firmware update and then we might take a look at seeing if we can get this into Home Assistant. So I'll tap firmware update, and we've got a new version is 1456, and we'll go update immediately. And it says upgrading, do not cut off the power supply. And this will probably take a while.
So after setting up the new litter box, it took Whiskey around about a day to get used to it enough to make use of it. We set it up on the Wednesday, as I mentioned, and got an alert while we were both working in the office on Thursday that she had used it for several minutes. Now, obviously, for this litter box to work, you do need to use a clumping litter. So if you use paper or crystals, you're going to have a much better time transitioning your cat over to using a clumping litter in their old litter tray before then changing out their litter box and the litter all in one go with one of these units. Now in our case, we were lucky because Whiskey already uses a tofu-based clumping litter, and the PetKit Pura Max will also work with a clumping clay litter. However, we don't like clumping clay litter because it's super sticky and it tracks through the house like crazy. So while Whiskey already uses a clumping tofu litter, we still needed to get her used to and transitioned over to using the new litter box. For the transitional period, we found some online tips, and those suggested leaving the old litter tray out and close by, at the same time putting the new one in the same place that the old one would have been. Then we can start to discourage Whiskey from using the old litter tray by simply not scooping it, so that she then starts to use the new litter tray a bit more. That said, it didn't take us long at all to get her transitioned over to the new litter tray. She seems really happy to make use of it, and after only a day, I think. So I think we got lucky with a not super fussy cat. We also found a couple of tips recommending to disable the auto clean function for the first few days while your cat inspects and gets used to the litter box. Basically so that it doesn't end up moving and trying to roll the drum and scoop the litter tray while they are close by, and hopefully then they won't get freaked out and scared away from ever going inside the drum. Now, after a couple of days, you could probably set the auto cleaning to happen maybe 5 or 10 minutes after they use the litter, so that if they're still a bit curious about it, they don't get freaked out by it moving immediately after they've used it. The safety features built into the unit do mean that it's not going to try and clean the cat litter tray while the cat is in the litter box, but just the movement could be enough to scare them if your cat is a little bit jumpy. I will say as well that some of the online reviews we found suggested that every couple of days you may need to give the waste drawer a little bit of a shake to just redistribute the waste inside the drawer instead of it kind of piling up in the center. And some other reviewers also noticed that if their cat uses the litter near the edge of the fabric liner at the bottom, you might get a little bit of leakage under the drum. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Do you like your new litter robot? So that is the PetKit Pura Max Self-Cleaning Cat Litter Box. It's certainly not the cheapest smart litter box, but it's also far from being the most expensive. To get the same features in something from Litter Robot, you'd be paying well over 1,500 Australian dollars. As I mentioned before, I'll explore the Home Assistant custom components in a separate video in the next couple of weeks, so that we can then have Home Assistant do some monitoring and tracking of Whiskey's litter usage, and from there I could then pipe that data into InfluxDB and Grafana to be able to chart that data over time. And that could give us some good insights when we go to the vet. Should be able to do things like charting her weight and also her toilet habits. Now, because her litter will always be scooped, she hopefully won't ever feel like it's not clean enough and have to hold it in, which could cause problems like bladder crystals and bladder infections. The other great thing here is that in between the litter scooping robot, the feeding robot, a smart laser toy that we got a while ago that I'm still trying to figure out how to automate and hook into Home Assistant, and the massive water fountain that we've got for the cat, we could reasonably go away for a couple of days and not need to write out 4 pages of instructions for the cat sitter, because they'd really just need to come over and keep her company for a couple of hours each day, just so that she doesn't get too bored and destroy everything that we own. So let me know your thoughts about the PetKit Pura Max Self-Cleaning Smart Cat Litter Box in the comments section down below. That's all we have for this video, and I do hope that it helped you in your smart home and cat guardianship journey. Be sure to comment down below with a home automation idea that you'd like to see me cover in a future video. And don't forget to follow HiveMind Automation on Instagram and Facebook. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button down below to give it a like. And if you're not already subscribed, please consider changing that now. While you're at it, if you hit the bell icon to get notified when I release new videos each week, that helps out the algorithm as well. Lastly, if you like what I'm doing here and you want to help to support the channel, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description down below as well. And contributions that you make through Buy Me a Coffee do get put towards making more and hopefully better content for you to enjoy. Don't forget to check out my website, hivemindautomation.com.au. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Stu from HiveMind Automation, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.